everybody, 6 a.m. here on your Tuesday. I'm Grace McKenna.
And I'm Jim Stratman. Thanks for joining us here on WHAS11 and WHAS11 Plus. And it is cold outside.
Ooh, yeah.
But it's not as cold as it's gonna be, Grace.
I
Aren't
guess
you
that's
excited?
something to look forward to. You know what? Here's the thing. Optimism this morning. I'm looking forward, Matt, to the next couple of afternoons.
That's a good thing to be optimistic about, because I am too. It's going to be very nice as we head throughout our next upcoming afternoons. For most of the week, we do have some changes headed our direction by Friday, but as of right now, we're starting off this morning with some patchy fog for a few of us. You folks near Bardstown definitely seeing that fog rolling in this morning. Also near Madison and Indiana, that visibility only at 2.5 miles. So make sure you're using some caution before you start your commute this morning. But otherwise, yes, we do have a lot of sunshine headed our direction. Just after sunrise this morning, we will see a very pleasant pattern arrive across Kentuckiana. Just a few very small passing clouds continuing for us this morning. And here's a live look across the Louisville Metro. Still waiting on sunrise for us. And this view is brought to us by the Shriners Children's Hospital in Lexington. Temperatures currently at 39 degrees near the Louisville International Airport. 35 Bowman Field. Winds out the east at 5 miles per hour. And a chilly start. Those temperatures still ranging into the 30s for us. 31 Bedford, 37 Paoli, 33 Elizabethtown, 32 for you folks near Shepherdsville. Hopping on the school bus soon, you can expect those temperatures to range into the upper 30s. A few passing clouds continuing for us into the morning hours. Later this afternoon on your way home, the sunshine is back, and that will help bring temperatures into the lower 60s just as we head later on into our afternoon time. Here's how things are shaping up as we go further on into our Tuesday afternoon. By 12 p.m., you can expect those temperatures still to range into the 60s. That south wind continues, and as we enter the later hours of our Tuesday night, we will continue to see those temperatures return back into the 40s. We're going to have some changes at our direction by Friday, though. We're going to have all the details about that here in a few short minutes, but here's Matthew with an update on traffic.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. As we look outside for this morning, pretty quiet out there, honestly, along our roadways. If you look at all our interstates, really no issues going on for this morning. But overall, as we go towards at least the later part of this morning, still dealing with that fog out there. So starting to see some improvements as we look at I-65 at Lebanon for this morning. So if you're heading northbound, you'll see a little bit more of that fog in some areas. And look at some of your drive times. If you are heading along I-65 from Elizabethtown to downtown, it take 31 minutes for this morning. If you are getting on to I-64 from the Gene Snyder to the junction, 12 minutes for this morning. Give you a look at those roadways across the Louisville Metro, running smoothly for this morning. Let's send it back over to you, Grace and Jim.
Matthew, thank you. Our top story this morning, new details about two shootings we first told you about last night on WHAS 11.
They happened just hours apart. 3 people in total hurt in these shootings, and police are still searching for suspects in both of these instances. We'll begin in Louisville with an update for you. A woman was found with gunshot wounds at the Klondike Lane Liquor and Tobacco Shop off of Klondike Lane just about 10 o'clock last night. LMPD says that the woman was shot in the finger and had another wound where a bullet grazed her. Officers say the victim says that she was shot on no court before she made her way to Klondike Lane. She also refused to take an ambulance to University Hospital. LMPD's non-fatal shooting squad is taking over this investigation.
And Metro Police also say 2 people were shot Monday evening at Shawnee Park. Police were called to 45th and West Broadway just after 5, finding a man in his car who'd been shot. Officers were also told about a second victim who they found shot in the park. Both men were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. LMPD says they haven't identified suspects in either shooting. So if you have any information or possibly phone or surveillance video of the Shawnee Park shooting, call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD.
Well, Simpsonville police are trying to determine what led up to the death of 41-year-old Brenda Celine Shagil Aqua. The police say that they got a call about shots fired around 12:40 in the morning last Wednesday at the Beachdale Apartments on Buck Creek Road in Simpsonville. Chief Thomas Brummer says officers found Shagil Aqua dead from a gunshot wound. Chief Brummer says that despite a language barrier, they did learn that she was a Mexican native who worked multiple jobs around the area.
Everything we've been told, she was a great person, hard worker, worked numerous jobs, and we've not had anything. You never probably have anything negative said about people.
Brummer says they're continuing the investigation with the help of the state police crime lab to determine the manner of death. He does not believe there's a greater public threat, even as a suspect has not been identified.
Next month, Louisville's main public library downtown is closing its doors for up to a year. It's part of an $8 million renovation project at what is the largest public library in the state. Mayor Craig Greenberg announced the closure Monday. He says renovations will include an additional 16,000 square feet of indoor space, reopening the third floor, and new meeting and study spaces. Greenberg says closing for the renovations was unavoidable, but some in the community are now worried about losing a crucial resource.
This was the absolute last thing I or anyone else wanted to do. But after we questioned the contractors about other alternatives, it became very clear that this was the only prudent option.
The job that I have now, I got it here at the library. I spent 4 to 5 hours a day, applications, back to back.
And the city still has several other library projects in the works. The new Fern Creek Library is expected to open in 2026. The Portland Library was supposed to open last year, but renovations are ongoing. Meanwhile, the Parkland Library off Virginia Avenue officially reopened in February of this year.
The federal government shutdown has tied for the longest in U.S. history, and millions of Americans are continuing to feel the ramifications. Food pantries, soup kitchens, places helping ensure people don't go hungry, they're feeling some of those impacts the most. St. Vincent de Paul's food pantry continues to struggle to keep their shelves stocked after USDA cuts over the summer. Metro United Way is helping the effort to keep people fed as well with gift cards, thanks to partners like Kroger. The gift cards are available for SNAP-eligible homes. The application window opened up yesterday, but they had to close it because of how big the response was. Josh Williams of Metro United Way says that just shows how great the need is for help.
We actually hit our application limit 15 minutes after it opened this morning. It says a lot of things that we already knew coming into this, which is that a lot of households are food insecure in our community.
If you are a SNAP eligible person or you know someone who is, the application window through Metro United Way opens up this morning at 8. The Trump administration has announced that it will fund only half of the November SNAP benefits, and the USDA says it could take weeks or months to distribute the money following a federal judge's order. And while people wait, we're learning a little bit more about the distribution of money coming from the state of Kentucky. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear announced $5 million will go to food pantries to head off the SNAP cuts on Friday. Executive Director of Feeding Louisville, Melissa McDonald, says that as soon as the organization receives the money, orders for supplies can go in as early as today. With the demand for food assistance rising and pantry lines growing longer, McDonald says your help here could make a difference.
All of our food banks have the volunteer links on their websites, and you can definitely go on. You can see in live, in real time, what volunteer opportunities are happening.
She also says that you can reach out individually to local food pantries and soup kitchens to see what you can do to help. The $5 million for food assistance funding is only expected to last through November.
Happening today, JCPS and Dare to Care are planning a joint announcement. We don't have a ton of details, but we do know First Lady Brittany Beshear and Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman will also be there holding a discussion about the loss of SNAP benefits. That's all happening at the Dare to Care warehouse at 10 this morning. We know that right now many families are struggling to put food on the table. Together we can help. WHAS11 and Dare to Care are teaming up Wednesday, November 12th for a telethon to fight hunger. You can call in to donate from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and your donations will feed families right here in Kentuckiana.